Thank you, Sally.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started. All right, thank you for joining us. We're a couple minutes after 1, trying to get started on time. Thank you for joining our second link session about CIITS and getting connected about leadership, and you all providing that at your school, at your district where you're assigned, on the ground every day. And we have a lot of folks that are working really across offices to help provide some support and keep things connected. And there's multiple connections, and we think that as we continue to progress, you all can see some of those connections as we try to build capacity with the use of CIITS and what it can do from a variety of different levels. And as you know, PGS is a big piece of that. Progress monitoring is a big piece of that. We have Christine Boatwright on the call, who is closely connected to Felicia Smith's office with PGS, and Brandy Hahn, who's working with the Division of Student Success in Toya's office, or division with Progress Monitoring. So hopefully you've had an opportunity to look at the link or the recorded session that was sent to you. It's about 52 minutes thereabouts to really kind of talk about or look at and front load some of the pieces. Some of it could be review, some of it could be new, but we just thought it just to kick off making sure everyone is on the same page. And then today's call is then really just to look at reflection. 2 particular questions. What did the overview tell us? What did I learn? And what did the overview not tell us? What questions do I still have? So those are the 2 pieces there that really what we'd like for you all to do is, for the sake of the call, in this session, we are recording it, and we will make sure that that's available for anyone who misses out or who has maybe some technical difficulty. But at the conclusion of the call, if you would talk about, respond to those 2 questions and send that to Tara Rodriguez in District 180, and what she will do, she will share that with our other colleagues here at the agency, so that will allow us to help prepare for an effective agenda on October 31st. So again, what did the overview tell us? And that's, we're going back to that recorded session that we sent to you to watch at your convenience. And then number 2, what did the overview not tell us? What questions do you still have? And that could be content, that could be technical, whatever it might be. And then that way it can help us ensure that we're meeting your needs, because if you're not connected, then we know that it's going to be a struggle for other folks in the field at the school or district level to get connected. So again, thank you for joining us on the call today. We have Lisa Carroll in Western Kentucky, ERS, Brandy Hahn, who is a program consultant with Division of Student Success, Randy Napier, Education Recovery Leader in the East, Tara Rodriguez, Branch Manager, Sally Thompson, ERS in Central Region, Sam Watkins, ERL in the East, and Linda Raines is ERL in the East. So we have a few other folks that may be joining us. So let's progress to the next slide. We're going to kind of transition into the October 31st, our learning targets, our first face-to-face. So we've attempted to, again, have a link, the first link session, give you that recorded PowerPoint was the second step, and then today's call is the third step. And then the face-to-face is October 31st, and I'm going to bounce past to Christina Boatwright. Brandy Hahn is also, as I mentioned, Progress Monitoring, and Joe McCowan are also some CIITS contacts that are helping supporting us in this effort for priority schools and with education recovery staff. So I'll turn it over to Christine, and she's going to take you through the learning targets for this upcoming face-to-face session here at the agency. So Christine?
Thanks, Jason. Appreciate that. Yeah, on the 31st, I have the pleasure of working with Brandy Hahn and Joe McCowan to develop a training. And we are working to utilize the 3 learning targets that are on your slide here. My work, and just to introduce you a little bit about me, my work is primarily for working towards rolling out PGES in its pilot year, and my particular focus is peer observation, but EDS as well. So there are some components of EDS that Brandy and I and Joe are working on to make sure that you have a very favorable learning experience. We have inputting the information correctly to monitor activities. Those are going to be the actual professional learning opportunities that you're going to be learning how to do yourself, and then teach that to others as well. I can work with districts to support PGS through the creation and monitoring of professional learning activities, so that's using what you've learned to apply to them. And working with teachers to support PGES. There's a different functionality for teachers and leaders, and we're going to be able to distinguish between those two. However, you will be learning both so that you can be as equally aware of both the teacher lens and the leader lens of implementing PGES.
Okay. Thanks, Christine. Targets for ERSs, as Christine mentioned, the specialists, and then also from the leadership perspective, the ERL, the various roles, creating activity session and section for the ERSs will be connected on, submitting attendance, printing a sign-in sheet, forms, searching for PD, proposing PD, practice time. Christine, is there any of those targets that you want to expand on a little bit for the ERSs that are on the call?
I mean, I'm afraid that once I start talking, actually what I would like to do is ask them if they have any questions about any of these, and I would be happy to provide an answer to some kind of question that anyone else may have. Or if they were hoping to see something here that they have not seen, this is the opportunity that would be wonderful that we could include. We still have time to change our training. Is there anything from the field, anyone out there that sees something there that they would like to add to or a question about?
Okay. Well, if probably what we can do is certainly those that are on the session, if something kind of comes to you, please let us know, and we can certainly try to address that. Targets for education recovery leaders. Again, see the professional learning activities that teachers have signed up for and how much of those activities they have completed. See what the principal has assigned or suggested for each educator. Report on professional learning. See what learning is best selected by multiple educators, and then practice time. For ERLs that are on the call, or any of our folks that are on the session, see any questions or needs regarding that particular list. And again, this is all tied back as we're preparing for the 31st.
I got the math all in one.
Okay. We'll talk a little bit about the breakdown of the day. We're going to talk about the goals that are outlined in the one page about CIITS and our purpose of this entire approach. Joe McCowan's going to talk about creating a process at the district level and what schools are doing well. I think there'll be several good connections there. Brandy and Christine will talk about professional learning and EDS. We'll have a lunch. Just be prepared for lunch probably to be on your own. We have several places that are close that you can be able to kind of venture out and be able to get back to in a timely manner. For some practice time, and then also plus Delta, so make sure that you bring your laptops. I think I'm pretty accustomed to doing that. That way you have access and have what you need. And then some other logistics, just mentioned about bringing your laptops. We'll start at 9, we'll go to about 2 Eastern Standard Time, and then we'll meet on the 18th floor conference room here at the agency. We'll try to make sure that the visitor's desk is aware that you all are attending and give them your names. You just need to connect there and then head up to the 18th floor when you arrive at the agency. So we expect it to be a really good day. as I mentioned earlier, those two particular questions about the first, that recorded session, what questions, some good connections, some things that were helpful, and then some things that you have further questions about, please let us know. Also, be thinking about your needs that we've just talked about in a couple of previous slides. We want to make sure we're have an effective day, and that it's able to help us build the support that we need in the field. And again, we're just very thankful for Christine and Joe and Brandy and Tara for really working. So that is, as you can tell, we try to keep this these link sessions wraps up our process. But do send Tara those feedback on those two particular questions. In terms of Tara, can you go back to that slide, that previous slide, about the overview? Tell us what did you learn? What questions do you still have? Pick your ERS. Tara, maybe go to those two slides too. That for ERS. Try that one. Yeah. The targets for ERSs and then the targets for ERLs. If anything on the list as we're preparing for the 31st, you need again clarification. Please let us know. And we'll try to do that. So before we wrap up, does anyone have any questions to clarify on your all's ends, and then also kind of give a bounce pass to Brandy or Christine? Anything else that we left out need to cover? So let me go to the field first. Any questions or clarifications to anyone that's in the field that you have at this point?
Will Tara send us the PowerPoint as she did last time?
Yes, I'll get that right out, along with the link to the recording.
Thank you.
Good question. Anybody else have any questions or clarifications?
Jason, I reiterate an IM message that I've seen in here typed in. There will be activity created today where each one of our attendees on the 31st will need to sign up and register for the training session on the 31st. So as far as that invitation to register, I have the list of people that are going to be attending, so I will send an invitation. That doesn't always happen when you create an activity, but I will be sending out an invitation to attend.
Okay, so everyone just needs to have a heads up that that's going to be coming from you to do that, right?
That's right.
Okay, good deal. All right, so everyone on the call is aware that you'll have that from Christine to register. Thanks, Christine. That would be terrific.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Anybody else have a question or clarification?
Christine, there's a question here about the invitation. Will the invitation to register come through email, or do they need to sign in through CIITS?
It will be both. The invitation will come to you through email, but you will need to register through CIITS.
Okay, that's great. If there aren't any more questions or clarifications, we will we'll wrap this session up. And we really look forward to seeing everyone on the 31st. You can, if you feel like you would like, if you're in the Halloween spirit, to come with your costumes, and we could have a really good day if you are so inclined. But other than that, please be safe on the road, and we really appreciate everyone getting and that was helpful. Move forward. So thank you.